It's your boy, Trump the Don, back at it again on a Christmas song. Shut up, old Saint Nick, Santa Claus, Santa, the big guy, not the big guy you're thinking about. Nasty Nancy inside trading, San Fran is decaying, homeless people pooping on the slide where kids are playing. Fentanyl and heroin and pedophiles praying. Start another foreign war and you're the one who's paying. All I want for Christmas is these politicians to put America before their foreign vested interests. No more communism, repeal Obamacare. Ain't no more Joe Biden always falling up the stairs. All I want for Christmas is cheap gas and some mean tweets. CNN goes out of business and MSNBC. If the government shut down, we'd probably have world peace. Until then, we're stuck with expensive milk and World War III. All I want for Christmas is Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and Joe Biden put in prison. All them already weaponizing their justice system. That's why no one that was on that island got convicted. All I want for Christmas is some cheaper gas, but that will require me time traveling to the past. All I want for Christmas is a safer border and to destroy the Great Reset and New World Order. All I want for Christmas is cheap gas and some mean tweets. CNN goes out of business and MSNBC. If the government shut down, we'd probably have world peace. Until then, we're stuck with expensive milk and World War III. Shout out Elon, the chief nerd, Steve Bannon, Salty Cracker, Dumb, Toure, Conservative Idiot, Don Jr., and David Harris Jr., the juniors as I like to call them.
That was pretty good.
That I love it.
So what do you want for Christmas?
Everything we want.
Pretty much. You heard what he said. He wants cheap gas, but he has to go back in the past to get it.
Ooh, yeah, they hit today.
Well, how much was gas in 1925?
Cheaper than it is now.
3 cents a gallon, and they pump it for you.
Man, I remember growing up, you remember the full service and all that stuff. I mean, that's a thing of the past. I mean, hell, that was nice. You go up to a gas station, they come out, and yeah, it was a little bit more expensive, but they check your oil, your windshield wiper blade, your fluid, they were all that right there. You know.
All Papa Shop, both of their stores, full service, brake work, oil changes, everything done right there.
Hey, T, what was it like pumping your own gas and seeing it before it went in the tank?
Do what?
You know, those old gas pumps where you have to pump it and it goes into this little jug. You see it, just make sure it's clean. And
that was a tad before my time, buddy.
You sure about that?
Yeah. You're talking about back when they had hand cranking cars. No, yeah, that wasn't me.
You said you was in your 20s or 30s then?
Jeez. There's still one of those here.
Model T?
No, the pump that fills up the glass up top.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And it's full service.
Nice. I remember back when I was in high school, there was a gas station we had that was selling racing fuel. I forget what it was back then. It was back in the 80s. Damn racing fuel back then. I think I want to say it was like $2 a gallon or something. Which back then that was high as hell.
Isn't that like 120 octane?
Do what?
Isn't it like 120 octane or something like
I
that?
don't remember what exactly it was because I never put anything in my old raggedy ass Thunderbird I had. But I know the shit was it was straight up damn racing fuel. It was the only place I ever saw that had it, and they had one single pump out in the parking lot by itself that had that damn racing fuel in it.
Well, the 76 here still has that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's only 102 octane.
Okay. Well, we got some place here that have the no ethanol gas, but it's still only 87.
Oh yeah.
And it's like that. Well, I'm cool with not having ethanol because it fucking ruins your vehicle.
Yeah.
87 octane. So, but yep. Good time.
Just dump some mothballs in the tank, man. You'll be good. That's an old school trick right there. Yeah, that's what they sounded like when they started.
Man, I was driving I had to drive my daughter-in-law's car to get some work done on it, and it's been sitting for 2 years. I got it running. It was a hybrid. So I was taking to get fuel. I looked and I said, shit, it's only got an eighth of a tank. I said, okay, I ain't got that far to go. And I didn't take into account that damn fuel's been sitting in that car all this time. So by the time I got where I was going, which normally would have been, I don't know, 5-10 miles, half that eighth of tank of gas was gone.
Ouch. You was burning straight corn syrup.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I said, fuck. At least I got it there, but he asked me, say, when I got there for him to do all the work on it, he says, "It still got the original gas?" I said, "Probably." I said, I didn't even realize it was as low as it was until I was on my way here. And I said, "Some bitch ain't got a tag on or nothing." So I wasn't wanting to make a bunch of pit stops because I don't feel like having to argue with the county police. It'd be my damn luck to want to pound the damn vehicle while I'm trying to get all the work done so I can get emissions done on it. So, but yeah.
So you went and hitched up the mule to a wagon. It took the wagon down there to get the tire fixed.
Not quite. Close. Not quite. Between you and Jay, boy, I'll tell you what, I'm feeling the love tonight. Y'all are keeping it going. I mean, I'm glad that I am as much entertainment as I am for you guys and that I got free space in your skulls.
Rent free.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, only one night a week, maybe two, if I can make it.
All right.
But yeah, so you went to the gas station today. You saw where we're at, the increase.
Did it go up today? I didn't even notice because
Oh yeah,
I didn't.
I don't know that it officially, got kicked out, but yeah, it was higher. Like, that 87 octane you're talking about was like $3.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, I know right here the cheapest I've seen it was $2.58 a gallon.
Right.
Now I haven't looked at it today because I wasn't driving. Wouldn't have much. My mom, she picked me up. She demands to drive. She doesn't like how her son drives.
All right.
You know how that goes. I can believe that, Highlander. I remember when I used to go with my dad. I was a little kid, and gas was like 30 cents, 35 cents a gallon.
Pack of cigarettes was like 9 cents.
God, I miss
That cheap, but it was cheap. It wasn't what it is now.
Yeah.
But I remember you had, what were the gas stations? The Pure? Was it Pure, one of them?
Yeah, pure.
I remember my grandparents delivered newspapers. And my grandfather would only buy cars that ran on regular. He wouldn't get cars that ran on unleaded. You remember the old regular gas?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and he'd always get them big ass Dodges. So
T100.
do what?
Talking about a Dodge.
Yeah.
Truck.
No, cars. You get the 4-door cars, and what they do, they'd roll all them damn newspapers and throw them in the back seat. And they'd reach back there and snatch one of them damn things. And if they had to throw them, they'd throw them. But they back then, they'd put them in all the mailboxes. Half the time. I mean, depending on where they were at.
Man, you can't throw no damn newspapers nowadays.
No. I mean, I remember going with them to deliver papers. Back then, the people that delivered newspapers, they had to write out the invoices and leave the bills for everybody. And they get all kinds of Christmas gifts and all kinds of stuff from people they deliver papers to.
Speaking of newspapers, I hadn't seen a newspaper stand in years.
You're not going to see one unless you're in a damn airport or in a city somewhere. You might be able to get one delivered, maybe, but it's few and far between. And I don't know about where you're at, Vanguard, but the newspaper here sucks. So, it's good for lining a litter box or wiping your ass when you ain't got nothing else around. That's
Right.
about it.
Hard times.
This is true.
We've got, where I live, we got 2 newspapers, one physical newspaper, the other one's online. And that one, believe it or not, the one online is free. And they actually do a better job than the one that actually has paper.
Oh yeah, don't cost nothing to print it.
There's no overhead.
The reporting's better, everything.
Well, I mean, back in the day, I actually enjoyed having the newspaper. I'd take it with me to work and at lunch or whatever. I'd read it. But nowadays, it's like, well, I'm even looking through this, So.
I think I read somewhere one time they write the newspaper at a 6th grade reading level. So that might be why.
Well, that's probably above some reading levels around here. Am I right, Sax Man?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, unless you're writing it in fucking hood and knees.
I was going to say Ebonics. Yeah.
On a lighter note, Sax Man, since you've moved out of the region, I haven't had county airships overhead so much.
You're welcome.
What, they follow you? Okay. I see Highlander says we're about due for a tea rant. I'm gonna put something out there for everybody. We were talking about this backstage a while ago. I read somewhere about the government wanting to give AI to let's say drones, for instance, so that the drone can arbitrarily decide whether you're a threat and to eliminate said threat upon his own determination. Now, I don't know how many people have watched fucking Terminator, and I know that's going out on a limb here, but not only is it just fucking bad from the start, but it gives whoever's employing these fucking devices an out. They can have a Ruby Ridge, roll one of them bitches up in there, do a whole person of interest thing, target everybody, smoke every fucking one of you, and blame the drone.
Well, now you think about that. Now, I mean, there's hackers, okay,
Yeah.
all over the world. So let's think about this. We've got weaponized drones flying around.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, we sent China a fucking bad load of cabbage, right? And they get pissed off and just start smoking motherfuckers.
Oh, some tainted pork.
Oh, tainted pork.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, But this all goes back to the same stupid shit the government's want to do about the kill switches in the vehicles and all that. I mean, first off, anything the fucking federal government is in charge of is going to fucking fail and be a lumbering fucking embarrassment to modern technology because it's going to be layered in so much red tape and fucking morons that it's not going to work properly. Secondly, it's going to have so many, it's going to be like a screen door on a fucking submarine with shit wrong with it. I mean, you'll be able to get hackers there and still in fucking pre-K getting in the bitch and doing stuff. Because
I would.
Hey, T, you know what Ronald Reagan said, don't you?
What's that?
He said the most scariest sentence in the world is, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
Yep. You hear that shit, you better run like hell.
I would imagine that this drone AI stuff is kind of like, stealth technology. Stealth technology they had and, were coming out with in the 70s, and you didn't find out about it until the late 80s, early 90s. I would imagine that this is probably already a thing since they're just announcing it now.
Yeah,
It's
because
probably been going. Yeah.
Here's what I don't understand.
But
That drone's probably got a camera on it, right?
yeah,
All right. And you can fly that thing anywhere you want, get any surveillance you want, and all that. And that's just on a drone, right?
Yeah.
But the most secure building in the world, would you not argue, is the White House? I mean, there's probably cameras everywhere in that place.
true.
All right. Now, any update on my cocaine gate?
Nope.
I think it was medicinal for Hillary Clinton when she visits.
I think the dog. I'm sticking with my theory. It was the dogs. They found it. The dog got pissed off, so that's why whatever his name isn't there anymore. He's at an undisclosed location because he's in rehab.
Could be.
What's his name? Sarge?
Something like that. Sarge or Major or something.
Major, that's it.
Okay, well.
We named him what? Jeff or Peanut Butter? Peter Pan? What was his name?
Oh, shit.
So
Go ahead.
I'm just thinking about the title a little bit. And this may or may not piss people off. I really don't care. I'm actually going to take a different route of this, and I'm not talking about genetically. I'm talking about mentally, okay? So just looking at the current state of the world, I think everybody would agree that currently men are not what men used to be. Same thing with women.
Right.
So, and I seen a damn sticker on the back of a truck when I was going down 95 and got a little chuckle out of it. And it says, "I'm running at a high speed, but not at the rate of speed that the U.S. is pussifying," or something like that on there. I almost fucking. So, and I think about weird shit like that when I see stuff like that because it's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People are so sensitive.
Well, and here's the thing, like, you just said women aren't women, all that. Think back in the 1980s, a movie called Crocodile Dundee 2 came out. And he was in a bar. No, Crocodile Dundee, I think. And
Yeah, Crocodile Dundee. I remember.
And the guy was like, "Dude, that's a guy." And he's like, "No, that's a girl." He goes, "No, it's a guy. Trust me." He walks over there. What does he do?
Grabs him between the legs.
Plays with his dingling.
And then he says, "Hey, that's a man dressed up as a Sheila."
Yep.
It's pretty sad when you have to do that in real life.
Well, some of these folks that you can't tell which side of the fence they're falling on, I ain't reaching down grabbing nothing.
Well, I'm kind of talking on a different sense of direction. Not physically.
Right.
I'm kind of leaning towards the mental state of it, right?
Right. I understand.
So in a religious sense, from the Bible or the creation of man, and if you follow stuff like that, a man was built with broad shoulders to carry the workload. All right. A woman was built with a longer neck to carry a mental strain, right? With the ability to give life. So we have completely went away from all that. So, and I look at people that I hang out with. I had a weird sense, I didn't hang out with people my age. I tried to hang out with people that were older. And it's a life choice. It wasn't, let's just take my wedding, for instance. Okay. My father was my best man.
Okay.
Okay. And the reason being is I keep a tight circle, right? But I couldn't think of anybody that would ever have better interest in my well-being to be my best man. Okay. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Also, I look at my father as the way I grew up, where the family was important. No matter how hard things got, he got up, laced his boots up every day. You could tell he was, sore, hurting, tired, beat down, never complained, ever. And we're talking, turning 7-12s. Sometimes you wouldn't see him for days. He's working, right? Now you got people that bitch about having to do in-person jobs from 9 to 5.
Absolutely.
If I didn't have to be at work until 9, and I'm not taking away from anybody else that has a 9 to 5, okay? Good for all of y'all that work at Starbucks in the bank, okay? Happy for you. So if I had to wait till 9 o'clock to be at work, I would feel like so much of my day has been wasted. Because I work past 5, but I have to be there way the fuck before 9. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
So my day consists of at least 14 hours. Hour driving, 12 hours there, hour back.
Damn.
Now, well, I mean,
I know.
You've seen nights where I don't get in until 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I mean, it's just the way it is. And I mean, there's been weeks that I've traveled for work. I traveled 3,100 miles one week for work purposes, and I'm not a truck driver. I don't haul freight. That's just the way it was.
Yep.
I just had to move, right? But the thing is, you got all these people that's complaining. They complain about having to work. They complain about what's important. And I'll tell you why my father didn't complain. And this is my consensus on the situation. It's the same reason I don't complain to my family. Because the man of the house is what sets the tone for the stability of the house.
You're right.
Okay. If you started seeing your father freak out, right, and he's like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, right? You would start freaking out.
Yep.
Because that's your leader, right? And the sad thing is nowadays you don't have nuclear families.
Nope.
Okay. 1965 ruined that shit. I mean, it did. It came in, you went from having a 90 percentile household that had a man, a woman, and children in the household. Then you went to, in 1965, it dropped to 80 within the first year. And then by 66, it dropped to 47%.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that when LBJ did the whole welfare deal?
Yes.
You want to receive welfare, you'd be married or something like that.
Right. If it was a single parent household, you got so much living. It's the same as it is now. You know what I'm saying? But now the system's cheated so much, it's cheated on a grand scale now.
Mm-hmm.
But back to the being a man thing, and my perspective of being a man and is having control of your household, right? If you set the pace, you do right, you do the correct influence, your children will be a carbon copy of that.
You're right.
You set the pace. My son works every single day. My daughter works every single day. And I'll tell y'all what I did, and this is what I did as a father. And some people can take this and use it. Those of you that don't have children that are of age or past that, it's too late for you. But what I did is when my kids graduated, I gave them 1 year. Exactly 1 year playtime. Okay, what is playtime? That means I'm going to carry you. I'm going to still carry you, but I want you to go and enjoy and do things. But when that year's up, you enter the workforce full-fledged.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's my part, you know. And, you know, my wife gets on to me. She's like, oh, you know, you having them pay their bills and all that. Yes, I am. You know, so, I mean, that's just adding responsibility. And if you teach them that at that age, which is our responsibility as a parent, is to teach them how to be successful in the world. And if you're not stern with that, the world's going to chew them up and spit them out.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
I remember when I went to college, I got recruited to play football in Arkansas, Southern Arkansas University. And, you know, that was where I got a partial scholarship, you know. So that's where I went to school because that's where, you know, I got half of free education. Well, anyway, my parents dropped me off at the dorm that day, you know, and we said our goodbyes and everything. Well, a couple of years later, I graduate. I moved back to Louisiana, and I didn't want to rent a house because I didn't know where I was going to land, you know, with the job I was pursuing. And, I mean, I could have wound up in New Orleans. I could have wound up in Lake Charles, Lafayette. I could have wound up, you know, in Monroe, Shreveport. You know, I didn't know where. And so I asked my parents, I said, can I move back home temporarily? And my dad said no. I said, why not? And I said, Dad, I don't want to go rent a place, get locked in a lease, and then have to move, you know, out and pay the whole lease for the year. I don't have that, you know, that much money. And he said, look, you moved out of my house, and now you cannot move back in. I said, Dad, I went to school in Arkansas. If I'd have gone to Louisiana Tech, I would have had to pay for my education. You know, I didn't have, you know, I didn't, that was, Tech wasn't offering a scholarship, you know, and so I had to go where, I mean, ULM offered me a partial, Northwestern and Natchitoches offered me a partial, and Trinity Valley Junior College offered me a partial. And I chose Magnolia because they had a good ag science program. And that's what originally I was going to be a farmer, but I swapped my major. But anyway, long story short, he said, you chose to move out of my house. I said, Dad, I didn't choose to move out of your house. I chose to go to school in Arkansas, you know, because that was the best deal, tuition, everything else. And he said, well, that was your choice. You chose to go to school there, chose to move out of my house. You can't move back. He said, you need a place to stay for a week or two? Come on. But he said, you're not moving back in. He told my brother the same thing. Actually, he kicked my brother out of the house. My brother was going into his junior year at Louisiana Tech. And, you know, somebody asked him, you know, when are you ever going to move out of your parents' house? He said, hell no, I'm waiting for them to move out. And my dad found out he said that. He said, look, you lived here 2 years. You need to move your ass out and go get your own house. You know, go get your own place.
Well, I can respect that. I mean, if my rule's always been that I'm not going to work a job to support grown-ass kids. It's one thing if they've got something that happened that's debilitating and they can't provide for themselves or whatever, I'll step in and help them. That's my job. But if there's nothing wrong with you and you're deciding to sit at the house and drink RC Colas and eat fucking moon pies on my dime and you're a grown fucking adult, nah, that ain't happening.
Well, I was trying to be a Louisiana state trooper. And I mean, that's not, you don't just walk into any job in law enforcement and they, well, it's like a small town, but you don't just walk into any job and they hire you right there on the spot. You got oral boards, you have to take written tests, you have to take a psych test, you have to take a polygraph. You know, and that could take up to 4 to 6 months. You
Yeah.
know, and I'd started the process 3 or 4 months before I graduated, and the day I got hurt, the next week I was supposed to have my final interview with the director of the state police and the oral board. And at that point, if you got scheduled for that interview, the only way you don't get that job is if you go in, you're like, I'm a wife beating, dope smoking son of a bitch, you know, slapping everybody around, and I fooled all y'all. And I was down to that interview. I got hurt on, I think it was a Tuesday or Wednesday, and that following Tuesday was my last interview at the state. I'd been informally offered the job. They said at my last interview, they said, if we were to offer you a slot in the academy, would you take it? And I said, it's a job offer. And they said, no, it's a hypothetical. And you don't ever say, yes, I'll take it, blah, blah, blah. You know, I sat there and I thought about it for a second. I said, under those hypothetical stances that y'all just gave me, I would consider it very heavily. And left it at that, you know. And they said, okay, we'll be in contact with you. Well, they tell everybody that, you know.
Okay.
And the next day, see the state police, if they call and say, hey, we want you here for an interview at 9 p.m. and you can't do it that day at 9 p.m., I got news for you. You ain't going to get that job because you're the one seeking the job with them. They call and tell you what time to be there. You show up 5 minutes early. And you miss one or reschedule one, they'll let you reschedule, they'll let you come down, but you're just wasting your time in there. I mean, your application at that point goes straight in the trash can. And when my dad called them to let them know I wasn't going to be able to make it because I was in a coma, the lady actually said to my dad, I've never heard that one before. And he said, well, he was in a real bad accident. And, you know, we're not even sure if he's going to live. He's in a coma. He's not going to be able to make it to the interview. Just figured we'd call and let y'all know. And they said, well, just tell him when he wakes up, he can reapply. You know.
Okay.
And when I woke up, let's just say, that dream went out the window.
I hear you.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's why I was asking Mom, Dad, can I move back home? You know, because I didn't, you know, the state police, when you graduate, they assign you to a troop. And that troop, you know, I would have probably gotten Monroe or the North Louisiana area because I was going to put down, like I went and met with the captain of Troop F. And then the next day I went and met the captain of Troop G, which is in Shreveport. Troop F's in Monroe. And those were like Monroe was my first. Troop F was my first choice. Troop G was my second. And then the one in Alexander, I can't remember what troop that is.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, that was my third. Well, from what I was told, nobody wants North Louisiana for some reason. They all want to be down there in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, where the action happens. So anybody that puts those down, usually 90% of the time, gets their first pick.
Okay.
And, you know, like I said, when I went down to my first oral board, they called me about a week later and said, no, the captain of the Troop F called me and he wanted to have lunch. And so I met him for lunch and, you know, he paid for his meal. I paid for mine, you know, that kind of thing. And then, you know, while I was actually driving to that meeting,
Mhm.
the captain from Troop G called me and wanted to set up a lunch date. And he told me where and what time, and same thing again. And it's, they had, like I said, I was down to my final interview at that point. And so now they're trying to see if I'd be a good fit or what, at their troop.
Okay.
So I had a pretty good shot, but you don't know. The state police, they're finicky. They might not even give you one of your choices,
Okay.
but nobody, for some reason, they have to damn near assign people to North Louisiana because nobody wants it. It's real rural.
Well, that would explain why nobody wants it.
A lot of action. It's just real rural.
Okay. That's
But
not necessarily a bad thing.
no, and I worked in law enforcement in Arkansas, and I got put on a task force up there, and out of Little Rock, and so about 3 or 4 days a week, I'd have to drive from El Dorado from either Magnolia to Little Rock or El Dorado to Little Rock, and that was hour and a half, 2 hour drive one way. Go up there, work. It could be 2 hours, could be 10 hours.
Right.
But we worked that task force. If we were at the office was at a Little Rock, but we did stuff all over the state.
Okay. Well, going back to what originally, what you were talking about, how your dad won't let you go back, come back home.
No. He said if you need a place to stay for a week or two, that's fine. But you're not moving back in my house. You chose to leave
Right.
my house. And
I
then
got
my brother, my brother was the smart one. He figured out the game. If you move out, you have to pay bills and, you do your own laundry and shit like that. And so my brother was like, I ain't never moving out, I'm waiting for mom and dad to move out. And, dad more or less kind of told him, look, you need to move your ass out. And I'll never forget, I think it was my dad said 60 days when I graduated. I said 60 days for what? He said 60 days you pick up your own health insurance, you pick up your cell phone bill, was already paying my truck note, on my own, paying. My parents had co-signed on a house I'd bought in Arkansas, so I was paying on that, and I was, had school and everything else. So when I say broke, I was broke. And then dad drops the bomb on me that I had to pick up these other two bills in 60 days after I graduated. I was like, wait, what? That kind of came out of the blue on that one. I mean, he literally, and then he did the same thing to my brother.
But it made you a stronger individual in the process.
Yeah.
I mean, you may have thought he was an asshole at the time, but that's to make you have skin in the game. To teach you responsibility.
Yeah, and I mean, it was, I moved back to Ruston, sold my house in Arkansas, bought a house in Ruston, and I mean, and I bought just on hope that I would get either Shreveport or Monroe. I mean, otherwise, no, I would have found some place that let me rent.
Right.
Try to explain to the landlord this will be a month-to-month deal. I'll go ahead and pay 2 months in advance. That kind of thing. But I really didn't. I didn't know what I was going to have to do because I didn't know where I was going to be living. I mean, at that time, I was driving from Arkansas down to Baton Rouge, which is about 5.5, 6 hours.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it, you know, getting tough love like that, ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's what parents are supposed to do.
I mean, I got on my son last weekend. He's been saying he wanted to kill something with horns on it, And I mean, he's killed, a couple of spikes, but he was talking, he wanted to kill, 6 point, something. And he gut shot it was either a 6 or an 8 point. And
68 point.
yeah. And anyway, the deer, when it come out, it was broadside. And right when he pulled the trigger, the deer took a step forward. And I mean, there was, blood and guts there. We put the dog, we had to go get the dog, put the dog on it. 4.5 hours later, we're walking 100 yards. We might find one little drop of blood, And I don't know how many, I figure probably a deer probably ran a couple of miles maybe because it was circling, and just got shot. And I was like, son, shot placement is everything,
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know if them horns made you nervous or what, but you need to, calculate that in when you pull that trigger. I said, son, so that counts as a miss because we didn't find the deer, even though we found blood. So let's just say we held court on Churchill.
What?
Yeah, I know. I'm putting everybody to sleep. I'm going to sing here in a minute. He stopped loving her today. He did cocaine in the White House.
I have to say, I've really enjoyed the intro song. Where the fuck did you find that?
I have a very unusual recommended videos on my YouTube feed.
Oh, okay.
So I listen to a lot of political music.
Okay.
Tom McDonald, shit like that.
Right.
ACAL. And man, it just it throwed it up there. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll click it.
You had to shoot me a link to that. That was funny as hell.
Oh, I got an update on the Rustin deal.
Uh-huh.
All right. The perpetrator was in the gymnasium and he went to steal this guy's cell phone, and the guy said, no, you ain't, gonna steal it, confront it. And the guy pulled a knife out on him right there in the inside.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he fled the scene, and of course, that student ran up to the front desk, told them, and all that. And this guy threatened him with a knife, tried to steal the cell phone. And at that point, that's when the two elderly women, one judge, and then the other woman that was killed,
Mm-hmm.
the local artist. She was apparently some kind of painter or something. Anyway, he was hiding around the corner, and he said he told the police he just wanted to hurt somebody because he was mad.
What kind of damn dumb shit is that?
And well, I hadn't even got to the crazy part yet, because I mean, the insanity plea, he's gonna try this one like crazy. But when he said he just wanted to hurt someone, didn't care who it was, that right there shows some sort of premeditation. And the DA is charging him right now with 1 count of second-degree murder, 2 counts of aggravated attempted murder, and and then 1 count of like assault with a deadly weapon or something. There was
Okay.
4 of them. And but anyway, when he run off, he walked down to the baseball field parking lot and then just sat down. He said he was on his way to the cafeteria, and when they asked him, "Well, what were you going to do in the cafeteria?" he said, "Oh, I was going to go sit down and eat, and then maybe hurt some more people." Like I said, it got crazier, the deeper you read into the article on it.
Okay. Well, it's good you brought that up. I was going to ask Vanguard, have you heard anything else about the menagerie in Nevada?
Negative.
Kids?
The 10th suspect is still at large, and no update
Okay.
as of the 20th.
Okay. All right.
There was a stabbing at a high school somewhere.
When?
Within the last week, I can't remember.
That was in Georgia, wasn't it?
Uh,
Up around Hot Atlanta, cesspool.
well, Atlanta's full of good shit like that.
I mean, it started out
Let's see.
like a fight in the gymnasium, then everybody kind of swarmed in like a brawl, and this one kid, from what I understand, he got stabbed like
This
to death, I believe.
this looks like in southeast Raleigh. Let's see. Trying to see if it gives me information. 15-year-old student was killed, and this was in Raleigh, North Carolina.
All right, I'm thinking about the girl. I'm thinking about the girl that got stabbed in Atlanta, I think it was.
I'll have to go back and see if I find it. This happened 2 days ago. Looks like was one of 2 students stabbed on Monday at school, according to his mother. Students taken away to a hospital, but expected to live. 14-year-old was charged with murder. So, I mean, I guess they'll be trying to ban knives next.
Yeah, I was about to say,
To have them.
everything going on, the tech deal, I'm really surprised it hadn't gotten more any national media attention, but the perpetrator is black and the victims were all white. So, well,
Then it doesn't get any.
I
That
think
what happened.
one of the victims might have been black. I can't remember. I know 3 for sure are white, but
Well, at that, and if there was no gun involved, it's not going to make news.
we need knife control. We don't need gun control. We need knife control, apparently.
Don't say that shit out loud too much.
We're not fucking Great Britain.
I'm sorry, but I ain't gonna bring a knife to a gunfight. So
Well, here's the thing. I don't know how many people you've fucking noticed, but humans as a species are warlike. The wizard brain kicks in at some point and shit happens. You can ban everything in the world, and we'll use rocks, sticks, each other. I mean, cars. We'll improvise. We're some crafty little fuckers when we'll tear something up. But it amazes me at every turn. You ban something because it's an inanimate object doing it. No, guns don't fucking kill people. Chevrolets don't kill people. Fucking CRKT knives don't kill people. Bear longbows don't kill people. Wake the fuck up. People kill people. You want to stop having people kill people, you need to be you need to hold them accountable. If somebody makes a bad choice, they ought to have to pay for said bad choice. Not no 532 fucking appeals. Not if you go out and take a life and you're found guilty. I mean, kind of done. I get that there's a percentage of people that get put in jail for things they didn't do, but if you got a cut and dry case where I got fucking video of you sticking a knife through somebody or sticking a gun in somebody's head and dropping them, once your trial's over, your ass needs to be ventilated somewhere. Save me some fucking taxpayer money. Give me 5 motherfuckers with carbines around the back of the fucking jail, and 25 cents, that shit's over. It's going to cost me more money to cremate your stinking ass than it is to fucking anything else. I don't got to incarcerate you. We're done. A wart on the ass of society has been lanced.
Right.
So, I don't want to hear about, all these inanimate objects and different things cause, we need common sense gun control. How about we have common sense birth control so motherfuckers like you aren't born?
Now that's something that I could get behind somebody if they ran on
all,
a program of common sense birth control.
all these fucking damn sociopaths and motherfuckers up in damn Washington, D.C., they're nothing but a bunch of bottom-feeding fucking criminals.
All right.
Tell me I'm wrong. I could walk in the House of Representatives or fucking Congress, and I can count the number of motherfuckers I bet on one hand that I might break bread with. That's pretty fucking embarrassing.
So
So,
with that, wanting a T-rant, there you go.
well, I'm just saying. I mean, am I saying anything is wrong?
No,
I
but
mean,
I figured that one would get you.
I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking, you've got these fucking people, and every time I hear the word common sense gun control, I just want to reach through and fucking slap the dog shit out of one of these fucking morons. There's no such thing as common sense gun control. It's a fucking oxymoron. Look it up in the fucking thesaurus or Webster's dictionary if you're too fucking dim to do it, or get one of the fucking aides or pages you got your fucking every other afternoon in your damn office and get them to look it up for you. Just saying. So that being said, it is what it is. I saw another thing, same bunch of fucking sociopathic fucktards. They were trying to, I was reading something, and Demon will probably jump my shit if I'm wrong, and that's fine if I am. But at some point, a bunch of bottom feeders were trying to pass legislation to ban suppressors. Okay? And they keep trying to reintroduce it from what I'm reading. And their argument is, now listen to this fucking argument. This shows you how fucking ignorant these motherfuckers are, or either how ignorant they expect all the fucking people to be. All right? They say that the whole point of a firearm making noise is so that you can hear it and know to run away. It gets better. Suppressors keep you from hearing an assailant. Okay, let me break it down to all you dumb motherfuckers in D.C. and the surrounding fucking area. A fucking suppressor is a class 3 firearm item, okay? That means you have to go through your crooked ass fucking ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and fucktards to even get a fucking stamp that takes you a fucking year, if you're lucky, to get fucking certification to own one of these motherfuckers. Quintavious and Jose are not the motherfuckers running around and killing people. You can't fucking get them unless they're making them themselves. Good luck with that. Because it ain't some shit you can sit in your fucking garage and fucking Etsy to fucking do it. All right? So you're out there spouting bullshit about the whole purpose of a fucking suppressor, and you've got zero fucking clue about what you're talking about, like when an AR means assault rifle, another gem of fucking intelligence you dumb motherfuckers peddle. But what's bad is your fucking constituents eat that shit up like fucking Captain Crunch on a Sunday morning. And it's like, we're doomed. These motherfuckers vote.
Hang on a second.
And breed.
AR doesn't stand for assault rifle. Well, then what does AK stand for? Assault knife?
What does what stand for?
AK.
Auto Kalashnikov.
No, I thought assault stood for assault knife.
Well, I don't know anybody. The whole point I'm making is these fucking stupid ass politicians peddle a narrative that is fucking retarded to begin with. And the ignorant ass public we got just eats that shit up. I mean, it doesn't. If you just take the time to put down your fucking soy latte, put down the fucking Hot Pocket or soy burger, whatever the fuck it is you're devouring because it's fucking with your brain cells, do a little bit of research. Cut off fucking Dancing with the Stars and fucking Survivor and look at what these motherfuckers are telling you that you're lapping up like a dog at the fucking bowl and say, damn, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And you would see that these fucking politicians, these deviant motherfuckers in DC, are just leaning you motherfuckers around like a bunch of prize ponies. And y'all just eating that shit up. You're like a herd of fucking chickens waiting for somebody to throw fucking feed out to you. All right, Highlander, that's my rant for the night. I hope you enjoy it.
There it is.
I got it for you, Highlander. I'll take care of it, man. I kind of know what buttons to push for T.
All right, it's time for somebody else to climb up on the soapbox.
I don't really feel like I need to. You know, you kind of covered everything except for one thing. You know, you are right that AR doesn't stand for assault rifle. So it doesn't really stand for armor light rifle because Stoner was the one that built it. They went bankrupt and then Armor Light bought the patent.
Right. Right. And I can't pronounce the first word in AK, but it's something Kalashnikov. It's like Umravat or something like that.
Yeah. They named it after the guy that invented it in 1947.
Right. Him and Kalashnikov. Kalashnikov was sitting in a fucking military field hospital from a wound in World War II and helped come up with the blueprint for that bitch laying in a hospital bed.
Probably stole it from a German.
I don't give a fuck who he stole it from. Props for doing it. I mean, you gotta give him props. I mean, that bitch is still used worldwide and it's popular as hell and it works. I mean, you can use, abuse, and that bitch will fire every time. You can drop it in a fucking swamp, come back in a month, pick that some bitch up, chamber it, and it'll still work.
I read a story. A guy
It's ugly though.
threw it in a pond for a year, then pulled it out of the pond, and it was all rusted up and everything. He cleaned the barrel out, broke the bolt back, chambered around, and it ran through the magazine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mm,
they are ugly. I'll give them that, but they're functional.
Oh yeah.
An AK to me is a weapon for tearing holes in meat. It's not a weapon for accuracy. You want accuracy, get your nail.
No. You know, AK, if you want reliability and it's going to go bang every time, you know, and all that, buy you an AK. You know, but you're not going to be out there, you know, precision shooting. You know, it's just going to be spray and pray. You know?
Well, I mean, I'd say an AK is good for about 100 yards.
Yeah, 100 to 200.
Anything further than that, unless you're just really good and the wind's just right. Yeah. So.
You know, now if you want to build a house, go buy you an AR.
Well, my first modern carbine was a AK variant. I don't regret ever buying it. It's always a good weapon. Always worked every time. Feed it anything, and it kept on eating. Sax man, what the hell are you watching in the background? Teletubbies?
It's either Teletubbies or
My Little Pony.
could be My Little Pony. Probably something from fucking Arkansas. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
They don't have TV in Arkansas. They have
Dude,
satellite.
they don't have teeth in Arkansas.
Damn.
Oh, so you're saying that's where they recruit all the Waffle House waitresses?
Exactly.
I'm the most stylish smothering corn.
The good ones go to IHOP, I heard.
I'm sorry, dude. It went. IHOP has a niche in one place, and Waffle House has a niche in another. Waffle House is where you go when it's 2 in the fucking morning, you're lit, and you're hungry. All right. Or if you're like me and you want to watch the lit people go in there and try to stumble around and eat, which is really fun. Yeah, good times.
And you want to eat secondhand cigarettes.
Hey, that's extra seasoning, man. What do you think that black stuff is on your fucking hash
Right.
browns? That's
You ain't
the
never seen a pepper shaker at fucking Waffle House. have you?
Exactly. That's cool menthol right there, baby.
Oh,
Or Newports. Sorry, Newports.
that's it, brother. Yes, sir. But when I go in a fucking Waffle House, I can feel arteries season up.
Hey, we need Waffle House control.
I love Waffle House.
Actually, I
always
do.
loved Waffle House, but my body doesn't like Waffle House.
I have a question to you. How many Waffle Houses have you been banned from?
I haven't been banned from any yet, although we've got some around here I can see me getting banned from.
Oh, Lord, yes.
I mean, our Waffle Houses where I'm at, they have shootings and muggings and shit in them. I mean, we get real.
That was any Waffle House after like 2:30.
Dude, hitting a Waffle House late at night's the best time to be in the bitch. I'm telling you, that's the best time to eat at a Waffle House. You can sit back and eat your damn scatter, smother, and cover and a cup of coffee and just watch the fuckery begin.
Next live, we need to start a T's Waffle House story.
You don't want to start anything around my damn Waffle House. They're all going to try to steal our fucking equipment.
You need to go. You know, there I was sitting in the corner at the Waffle House, and in stumbled in one drunk and then another. You know, give us a play-by-play.
Yeah, but see, the drunks where we're at, that's why we have airships flying around. Okay? I can't be getting in a gunfight on alive.
No, but you could tell us a story about it.
Yeah, but I might be one of the fucking people that's a person of interest. I don't know.
All
Nah,
right,
you ain't got dreads.
We'll call it T's friend's story.
Yeah. It's a unique environment around here. Saxman can attest.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely unique.
We've got 2 Waffle Houses here in Ruston, and we've had shootings at them. We've had in the parking lot, you know, fights, you name it.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, to me, IHOP is somewhere you go to take the grandkids. Give them their little Rudy Tooty Fruity breakfast, whatever, with the little chocolate chip pancakes. They have a good time doing that shit, and they get high or not high, they get their buzz from all the chocolate and take them on and drop them off to their parents. But Waffle House is a little bit different environment. Now, I do have some granddaughters that every time they come down to spend time with Papa, we have to make our pilgrimage to the Waffle House because they don't have those where they're at. So,
Do you take them at 2:30 in the morning?
no, because I have to deal with their mother, and that just creates a problem. So, we just avoid all that horse shit. I mean, I would just for shits and giggles.
So their father goes in there at 2:30 in the morning?
No, their father wouldn't. Well, yeah, he probably would because he's a former bouncer. So he's the kind of guy, he don't want to shoot you, he wants to choke you out.
Oh, okay.
And he's former law enforcement too. So he's a big fucker. I wouldn't want to tangle with him. I mean, just saying. Saxman, you met him, I think.
Which one? Oh, probably. Yeah.
You know. Yeah, you reach a certain age, a certain maturity when it comes down to going to fisticuffs, and you look at it and say, no, I'm gonna go Indiana Jones on this one. I mean,
I worked with a guy, and I heard him say this one night. He said, "You can get your ass whooped and go to jail, or you can just go to jail. It's your choice." Let's just say we had to stop at the hospital before we could go and book him. I mean, this guy, he was 5 foot nothing, 130 pounds maybe. But
right.
he was a world ranked power lifter. And he did jujitsu on the side.
Okay.
So he wasn't somebody you wanted to. I mean, looking at him, you'd be like, yeah, I'm going to knock this little son of a bitch out. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Now, them little fuckers will surprise you, underestimate and tear your ass up. You got to watch that shit.
That dude was fast as hell, too. I saw him hurdle a 4-foot fence, and I don't think he ever broke stride in a foot chase one night.
Okay. All right.
Call him. Somebody owes me $50 on a bet.
Well, I think we successfully got wound up, went off in the weeds, came back out, went down a rabbit hole, and ended up somewhere in a sewer system and climbed back out in the sunlight. We did good tonight. We've been all over.
Well, I didn't go down the sewer system. I sat up there and said good luck.
Okay, well. We've been everywhere.
All I want for Christmas.
Oh, let me guess. You don't want your 2 front teeth anymore?
I got my front teeth. I don't need more. I'm not a fucking shark.
I got a tooth.
We call you
Just-
toofies.
A tooth.
Just one, two.
Hold on, I'll get it out of my pocket.
I put my grill in. Oh shit!
Speaking of that shit, my dad was a pawnbroker, and then he was also a police officer part time. Anyway, you would be shocked at how many people come in and sell gold teeth and silver teeth.
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, a family member dies, he's got gold teeth. I'll tell you right now, that mortician's going to be pulling them gold teeth, and he's going to be giving them to the family because the family wants to go sell the gold.
I guess it depends on the family. I mean, if my family member had gold teeth or silver teeth, whatever, and they're dead, I'm not jumping on there with a pair of vice grips going after them. To me, that sounds fucking morbid and petty.
It would shock you, I promise. Dad was selling them. My ex-father-in-law, he was like, "Oh, you don't get that many of them, do you?" And he said, "Well, come down to the shop." My ex-father-in-law, he went down there to my dad's pawn shop. Dad went back in the back, pulled out a box, and it was about half full of gold teeth.
Okay.
Nasty. All right, kids.
Let's wrap it up, man. I'm gonna eat me some dinner.
All
At
right.
Waffle House.
Damn straight.
The Hopperwouse.
Scream World Star when you go in.
No, no, ain't happening.
All right, Moose, you're up.
I'm up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, what does that mean?
Closing
Put a bow
comment.
on it. Gild the lily.
Get on the lily.
Oh God.
You know, we've established that T can work a team of horses and take your wagon to the repair shop. You know, but on a serious note, everybody, you know, be safe because shit's getting crazy out there. I mean, just you know, you turn the news on, read anything, you hear about this happening, and it's just getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And I mean, like, what was it, that protest to stop the parade or whatever in New York when they were lighting the Christmas tree or something?
Wasn't that in Chicago?
I don't remember. It was in one big city. I know they tried to stop them on a bridge. I thought it was New York, but you know, it kills me on how many useful idiots. If people would just pick up and realize, you know, that war didn't start in Jerusalem on November 1st. It started on the 7th of October when Hamas decided to basically attack Jerusalem, kill as many people as they can, take hostages, use them as bargaining chips. Because I mean, they're releasing women and children, and we're giving them back terrorists. So, well, we're not, but Jerusalem is to get the hostages back. And you know, and then you have all these useful idiots here on college campuses to high schools to, you know, just grown adults out there protesting for Hamas. It doesn't make any damn sense, you know. And I mean, this world's going crazy, in my opinion. I'm just glad my granddad isn't here to see it because he'd be, you know, he'd be saying, pass the gravy or whatever, and you know, and the ammunition. But yeah, parting words. I'm gonna still Sachs, man. Don't trust your government. You know, definitely don't trust them. And the debate also is about to start tonight between DeSantis and Newsom. So, parting wisdom. Do y'all want me to give y'all any of that?
Sure.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if you're ever out in the woods and a bear approaches you, just remember, you don't have to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun your friend.
True.
So, in other words, you just have to outrun me or someone in my condition, or trip the person and keep going.
Hell yeah. All right, let's see.
Hang on, y'all want deep thoughts by Moose?
What else
Thanks,
Sex Man
man.
got?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh,
I thought you just said, "Hey, do you want to smell my strawberries?" So I'm like,
Fuck.
I'd appreciate if you kept those fucking strawberries somewhere
All right.
safe.
Well, you know, if y'all want to smell my strawberries, I guess you can. But I said deep thoughts.
Oh, deep thoughts. Okay, my bad.
You know, deep thoughts by Moose. You know, if you go and you stand on a toilet, are you high on pot?
Well,
Damn.
Deep Thoughts by Moose. Go ahead, Sax.
Oh, okay. Don't trust your government. Taxation is theft. And if you can enjoy the holidays with your friends and family. Give them hugs and loves and all that good stuff. That's what I got.
Okay. Good deal. All right. I guess I'm up now. Since I'm ugling up the screen.
Can you tell us about the Model A Ford?
For those of you that are in the southeast, it looks like we have a little bit of a monsoon, so just pay attention. I don't anticipate anything bad, just a lot of rain. That being said, pay attention to what's going on locally, nationally, internationally. There's always fuckery about, especially on Pennsylvania Avenue in D.C. Definitely pay attention there.
That wouldn't be, you're saying 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, would it?
Pick an address, the whole street's fucked.
Okay.
That being said, don't lose sight of why we're here and we get frustrated and why we're speaking out the way we are. The ones that are important to you, that you love and cherish, are why we're here. Don't lose sight of that. Don't let this consume you to the point where you can't have that quality time with them. That's why we're here, to ensure they've got some scrap of decency to live within after we're gone or too fucking decrepit to do anything about it. Hopefully we're passing things on to them and they're going to fight the fight. That being said, if you're not strapped, get strapped. Keep your head on a swivel, stay frosty, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Dynamite. All right. So thank y'all for coming out. Sax Man, T, Moose.
Pleasure.
Everybody out in the chat, as always, appreciate y'all's support. Y'all make sure y'all start sharing this thing. Hit that like button on the way out. Pretty much everybody here should be subscribed, but if you're not, please check that. YouTube is having some shadow banning issues, not on just this channel, but several others. Pretty much any conservative-based channel is pretty much getting blacked out.
Man, look. I want to think we're kind of elite. So that's why they're shadow banning us. Okay, don't take that away from me.
Wait, what?
I want to think that we're kind of an elite channel, so that's why they're shadow banning us. It's not because we're conservatives. No, don't take that away from me, please.
The point that we're getting shadow banned means we're doing something right, so it's okay.
I know.
You say the truth, you go poof. That's the way it works.
Facts.
All right, but yeah, y'all enjoy your weekend. T, we're supposed to have some pretty nasty weather down this way, and it's going to be cool. So
yeah.
Well, it's actually going to warm up.
Y'all got
It's gonna be wet and nasty.
it come through today.
Yeah, so we'll get all that. So it's going to be a good weekend. We're going to have 30 more cents on the gallon of gas and shit like that.
Well, we'll bring in Christmas right,
Yeah. I'm gonna skip Christmas this year. I'm actually gonna wait on that. I got some news for everybody. I'll put it out Tuesday. Looks like we are about to get some merchandise off the ground.
Oh shit!
It's not gonna be just our logo merchandise. It's gonna be several other patriotic, conservative base material. Okay.
Cool.
I may hide our insignia in there, but anyway, that will be coming. I've got somebody that can print it, pretty much make anything that I want them to make: cups, shirts, hats, jackets, pretty much any damn thing.
Nice.
So, yeah, I decided not to go the route of me doing it myself simply because I just don't have time for that shit. So, yeah. Anyway, thank everybody for coming by. We'll see y'all Tuesday. We'll be back on here loud and proud. And please, everybody, y'all leave a comment of some things y'all want to talk about, ideas, anything like that. Let us know because we'll get after it. We'll talk about anything. We'll be an expert on anything. It'll only take a couple clicks of Google, and you are a genius on any topic. So anyway, y'all take care, and we'll catch y'all Tuesday. Night, everybody.
Night, everyone. Deuces.
Later.